Hello, hello. Welcome to day 1379 of Connecting the Thoughts. Good for today is conversations that matter are the ones that stay with us. Conversations that matter are the ones that stay with us. And I am telling you this after 1379 conversations with you. Now, the thing is, I've been running a side project of my own with my daily live videos, and it's beautiful because what this project meant for me to do is to go all the way back to day one and create a log of these conversations. So I've been creating a log, and I've also been noting down certain things about the conversation of the day. So I might have picked up something about day 243. I might have picked up something about day 127. I could have picked up something on day 400 and whatever. And it's beautiful because as I go through these conversations, and I'm just giving you an example of these conversations, you can just look at it from the larger perspective. So if you look at the conversations and you realize that, hey, this one, I did this, and that's why this one I remember so clearly. I think on day 6, if I'm not mistaken, I spoke about bitterness, and I actually sat down and took a bite of bitter gourd, Karela. And as I bit that, you could see on my face the whole expression and how it was so bitter. And then I spoke about the quote. On one of the days, I asked people to clap and clap and clap and clasp their hands in a different way. And I'm kind of used to doing it now because I've done the exercise so many times. But if those who were watching the live and doing the experiment, the exercise with me, they were like, this was so funny because my colleagues who were watching me thought I had gone mad watching a video and clapping along. It was fun. It was fun for me, it was fun for the listeners, and it stayed. And it stayed. It left an imprint, it left an impact. So, conversations that matter. Oh, I forgot to highlight it. Conversations that matter are the ones that stay with us. A conversation that you might have had with a friend, a conversation you might have had with a teacher, a conversation that you might have had with your parents, with your sibling, with somebody who means something to you. Or maybe it was a total stranger who said something to you and it stuck. It made a difference. It made a difference in that moment, right? So, in that moment, came that person and gave you what you needed to hear. And because it mattered to you, it stayed. It stuck with you. And you later on would go back to it as a reference point and say, exactly, I know this. I know this feeling because it's here. I know this message. I know this lesson because it's here. It stuck. It stayed. Conversations that matter are the ones that will stay with you. You will keep going back to it as a reference point. You will keep going back to it to align yourself with those conversations. So make sure you have meaningful conversations. Make sure you connect with people. And when you connect with people, you truly listen. And listening isn't just about the words, it's also about the expressions, the tonality, the body language, the behavior, what they are saying, because sometimes people say something and they deliver something else, or they say something and they just don't have any results to show you. And that conversation can be for another time. So, have meaningful conversations that fill your heart. Have conversations that matter. If you aren't in that place to find someone who would give you something, why don't you become that person for somebody? Why don't you be a little more observant about the people around? Why don't you be a little more observant about people in your family, with friends, and just consider for a moment that maybe this is the moment to step in and have a conversation that will matter and that will stay with them. I could go on this topic forever, because another perspective that's coming into my mind is, what about those times that you want to have a conversation and that doesn't happen? People are absent-minded and they're not fully present with you. That hurts. And then unfortunately, that also stays with you, because that's when you realize that, right? So even those conversations that you don't have, even those conversations that need for that conversation that didn't get fulfilled, even that stays with you. So conversations that matter are the ones that stay with us, whether they are said, unsaid, accomplished or unaccomplished, whether they are, whether they are exchanged, whether the conversation is exchanged, or whether there's a void left, it will stay with you. So be mindful, be supportive, be fully present when you are with somebody, whether it's in a conversation, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's family, whether it's workspace. Be fully present when you are with somebody, and see how beautifully you then create moments of conversation that will stay and that will empower the relationship and you itself. So if this conversation has been of value to you, please write in comments. Let's use the power of I am, and please write in comments saying I am mindful, because I really think to have a conversation that matters, a person needs to be mindful and not have a mind full of other things going on when someone is sharing with you. So I am mindful in comments. If this has been of value to you, tag a friend who needs to receive this message. And if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe to the channel, because here's where I post daily videos on the little things that make life big. Thank you again for joining me. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe, and thank you for connecting the thoughts with me. Thank you so much. I am mindful. I know you're watching, so I am mindful in comments. If this has been of value to you, please type that in. Thank you. Thank you.